Hi everybody, welcome back to Glowing Card Gaming. This week 11, picking against the spread. Alright guys, let's get into it. Kind of called this one almost dead on. Um, Eagles minus 3.5 over the Commanders. I mean, they're pretty evenly matched. Eagles put a showing on it last week. Washington, not so much with the loss. I think the Eagles are slightly better than the Commanders. You never know what will happen in the week. Somebody might have a bad week. You just don't know. Um, but I think that it's probably going to be the Eagles here. So I'll go ahead and do that. So we'll do Eagles on that first one. And I kind of have been like picking the home team and that kind of stuff. I wonder if we should look at the losses and everything. Let's just pull it up. Go to NFL.com. Let's find out together teams. So let's go back to that first one. Eagles Commanders. Was the Eagles Commanders the first one? I think so. Yeah, because then we have Baltimore Ravens stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. So we have Commanders and Eagles. So let's go to the Commanders first. Let's go to teams. And we'll go to the. Where are they? Commanders, right here, where my mouse is. How about that? Um, let's look at the games. Schedule. Let's look at their schedule and see how they've done. Oh, we're going to have to look at every single week. Ugh, I hate this. I hate the way they have this. Let's see if we can get this in a different format here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Full schedule. There we go. This is what I wanted. So week one, they lost. Wow, they lost to the Bucks. Week one, actually pretty good, but it's difficult to say on week one why they lost that game. Could be they just still coming together as a team, whatnot. You just don't know. Able to handle the Giants, the Bengals, the Cardinals, big time on the Cardinals. Browns, they lost to a very good Ravens team. Beat the Panthers pretty easily. Got really close to the Bears. Giants, their other loss was to the Steelers, and now they're playing the Eagles. Yeah, I think the Eagles are probably going to get them. Let's take a look at the Eagles' full schedule here. Uh, Eagles, 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 same division. Where are you? There we are. Let's go down, full schedule. Packers. They lost to the Falcons. This is such a weird. It's hard. I don't know if I can do anything just by looking at these wins and losses. Um, they lost to the Bucks too. That's interesting. And they're rolling. They're rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game win streak. How's nobody talking about that? 5 game win streak? Yeah, I got to give it to the Eagles. They're rolling. I mean, somebody's going to end their win streak. It could be this week. Could be a quote unquote trap game. I don't think this is a trap game. Trap game would be if they went into Arizona and lost. That would be a trap game. So I think we're good taking the Eagles there. Ravens, Steelers. Let's take a look. Let's go back. I know this is going to be a longer video because I'm doing this. Enjoy it or fast forward, whatever you want to do. So let's go back. And one more back. And who am I looking at? Ravens, Steelers, Ravens, Steelers. Go to the AFC because that's where they're at. Oh, same division, of course. So we'll take a look at the Ravens full schedule. Really, I'm more concerned about their losses than their wins. Kansas City lost first week. I can't believe they lost to the Raiders second week. Is the AFC West really that tough? Why didn't the Broncos beat them? Ugh, that's frustrating because we should have beat the Chiefs. And we should have beat, well, I think we did beat the Raiders. Okay. And again, these first few weeks, maybe they're not gelling as a team. Maybe they haven't fully got the playbook down, or there's a ton of reasons that these first few weeks. So you can see as it progresses, week 3, they start winning. They beat a Cowboys team. That's almost the same thing as a loss, though. Cowboys aren't that good. They beat them only by 3. Then they beat the Bills handily. Cincy, Redskins, Bucks, Browns, Broncos, Bengals. Why is nobody talking about this win streak? Holy crap. They are 2-6 on a 6-game winning streak. I have got to give it to the Ravens now for sure. No question. Yeah, I think they got it. The Dolphins. 7.5 over the Raiders? 7.5? They probably are going to win it by 7.5. This is another one. Look at all these games. These are all coin tosses. This is going to be the worst week to pick. I mean, these are all teams that are like within 1 or 2 games of their corresponding records. I mean, if it was a 7-2 versus a 3-6, I think you could give it to the 7-2, unless there's a huge point spread like 16 or 18 or something ridiculous. Then maybe you flip it. But the Raiders and the Dolphins. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Oh, we need to go back. And back. I didn't need to scroll. Raiders, 2-7. So in this case, who are their wins against? Really, that's kind of what we need to see now. Right? They beat the Ravens, which, what? And that's an early wins. It's very difficult to tell why that happened. Then the Browns in week 4. It's not an impressive win. Browns are 2-7. It's not an impressive win. And we have the Dolphins at 3-6. Have the Bills clinched already? And nobody's talking about that. I mean, really. I think they're mathematically 1 game away, right? 9-2. If Miami and the Jets and the Patriots all lose and the Bills are 9-2, I mean, there's 6 games left. They're not at 9-2. They are not mathematically winning that division, because if they lost out and Miami or the Jets or, well, no. There's 6 games remaining for the Jets and the Patriots and the Bills, and there would be 5 left, right? 9-3, 3-8. Yeah, the Jets and the Patriots would be eliminated from winning the division. The Bills would win that division, but the oddity lies with the Dolphins having a bye. So if they won out, they have 9 games, right? Oh wait, it works the opposite. Bills would have a bye. Miami would play out. But if Miami won out, they would be what? 9-6, 10-6, 11-6. What? They have 7 games right left? There's 17 games. So it would be 11-6. I forget there's 17. I'm doing it based on 16 in my head. No, no. But the Bills only have to win 2.5 games worth of games for it to be out of reach. The way that math works out. So the Bills win 3 games, they clinch at 11-2. Or with 3 Miami losses at 3-9 or some variation in there. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's one of the earliest I think anybody can clinch a division. Not even 10 wins and they could clinch the division really. Well, they'd be 10. They'd have to be 10. But at 10 wins, that's just insane. Man, no wonder that the Bills are kind of in coast mode, really. They don't sit your guys, man. I know you got to get the 1 seed and try and get a bye. I get that, so you can't just sit people. All right. So Miami, we're looking at Miami and the Raiders. I have not forgotten. Full schedule. The first 2 wins, Atlanta and Washington. Both quality wins, except that they're the first 2 weeks when nobody's figured anything out. Oh, that's preseason. Hold on. Jacksonville, not a quality win. New England, not a quality win. The Rams. I don't think that's a quality win either, but it's better than the Raiders. Where are the Rams? 4-5. That's a decent win. That's a decent win. Okay. I'll give it to Miami. 7.5 though. Are they 7.5 better than the Raiders? I don't think they are. Well, let's. You know what? I almost want to say the Steelers are going to end the Ravens win streak. Too. I'm kind of changing my mind on that. You know what? I can't do that. And I don't want to pick the Raiders. We're picking Miami. I don't care if I lose that game. Well, I do care. That kind of thing. Boy. Do I need to refresh this thing? I probably should. So, how long is this? 14 minutes? Okay. We'll try and speed it up here a little bit. Especially if I know something. Packers probably going to win that by 7. I would agree. This is still a tough game to call, I think. Saints have been rolling. I think that's an easy call, actually. And the same thing. Vikings only by 6 over the Titans? Oof, no way. That's going to be like a 30-point win. That's going to be like, well, let's not go crazy. 20-point win for sure, I would say. Lions 13.5 over the Jaguars. I could see it. The Lions are 8-1. We're gonna go with it. I don't really like giving away that many points, but the Jaguars are just all. This is gonna be like Broncos Saints. I think it's gonna be a blowout. This might be 30 or 40 points. Colts, Jets. Oh man, and they have the Jets. And the Jets have actually kind of won, and I've been burned by them in the last couple weeks. Colts, same thing, but in reverse. Although I think I got the pick correct last week. So we'll go Jets. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt here. Am I picking all the? I kind of am. Let's give this one to the Steelers to end the streak. We'll pick an upset here because there's going to be some upsets that happen. We can't pick all of the favorites. This is probably going to happen. We're going to give this one too. We're going to do those two. It's kind of like answering C on the test. Every answer you're finding is C. So then you're like, I'm not so sure about that. Let me go back and change something. That's what I just did. So we'll see. It'll probably be a wash. I probably had one pick correct and one pick incorrect, and I changed them both, so I still only have one pick correct and one pick incorrect. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Okay. Vikings, I just don't see. I mean, these two, they're hard, big spreads like that. This one's easier. I think the Vikings will win that, no problem. The Lions, 13, you never know what'll happen on any given Sunday. Could just turn into a defensive battle. The Lions still win, but they only pull it off by 10, and then you lose. So you just never know. And here, the Colts could pull one out. Let's see what else happens here. The Patriots are kind of on a roll. I was thinking about giving this game to the Colts, but I'm actually going to give this one to New England, the way they've been rolling. And I actually agree with this. I think the Broncos, they're at home. They're hungry after that Chiefs loss. I almost think the Broncos, I kind of feel bad for anybody that comes along and plays them now because I think they're going to win out. I think they're going to beat the Chiefs at home. The Chiefs won't go undefeated now, for sure. I think that the Broncos are going to hit the gas, and they're not going to let up on the gas if they can help it when that game comes. Well, in all the games, really. This is the NFL. The mindset, like in college, you do let off the gas. If you're up by 40 or 50 points in college, to spare the other team further humiliation, you put your freshmen in, your rookies, nobody that's got any playing time, you get them out there on the field to play and try to get somebody that's a difference maker. Right? Sorry. Lost in my thoughts in imagination land. Um, that's why I need an editor. come through and swipe all that. Erase. Sorry, I was just thinking about the college ranks and letting off the gas and you know, putting in rookies and that kind of thing. In pros, they are paid to score points. The opposing team is paid to stop you from getting points. Period. And that is it. Bills are favored. I like that against the Chiefs. I think the Bills will beat the Chiefs. I almost think the Chiefs probably don't win another game. I let me pick the Niners and Seahawks game, and then I'll tell you why I think that. And I don't know what the Chiefs' remaining schedule is. We'll take a look at that because that's a bold prediction, but I'll tell you why I think that here in a little bit. So Seahawks Niners. See, I've been high on the Niners all season, and they've turned out just not to be as good of a team. And they kind of have lost games that they should have won, like this one. The Seahawks could actually just win this game because the Niners just are not. I'm going to give it to the Seahawks. Now, I'm gonna say lightly before I look at the schedule, the Chiefs will not win another game this season. And the reason why I think that is because they got. I understand they won. They blocked the field goal at the end of the game. I get all of that, but they got exposed. They got exposed. The Broncos put it on them, especially on offense. They put Mahomes on his butt. There should have been like 5 or 6 sacks, but he fell across the line and he gained a yard. That's not a sack. He, at the last second, turned around and threw it past the line of scrimmage, and it's incomplete. That's not a sack, but it should have been. And, I mean, bravo to Mahomes for being able to do that. It's also stupid. And a lot of the times, he's dangerous to his own team when he does that. He had no clue who was over there. Yes, he kind of threw it out of bounds, but I think if somebody had been over there guarding the sideline, there would have been a chance for an interception there. Fortunately for the Chiefs, there was just nobody there, and it fell incomplete. But putting that pressure on Mahomes and showing that it can be done and exactly how you do it, the Chiefs have to rearrange their offense and how they protect him. So they may do that, but I'm not sure there's a configuration they can make that protects Mahomes like they need to be protected. Now, he's got a bum ankle a little bit, so he's, at least this week especially, not going to be able to scramble around on that. Von Miller probably gets 3 sacks in this game. It's a bold statement again, but I think Von Miller does get 3 sacks, and I think because of that, Mahomes and the Chiefs lose, and again, that will reinforce how you beat the Chiefs. So once teams look at game film and see what the Denver Broncos did to Mahomes and are getting ready to look at what the Bills are doing to Mahomes and those offensive and defensive schemes that they're in, I think eventually they're going to see that they're vulnerable and exactly how to beat them. And I think this 9-0 is going to turn into 9-7. Let's take a look at the schedule and see. Because if that happens, there's a good chance that the Denver Broncos actually win the division. Because I'm not sure the Broncos lose another game. Let's look at the full schedule here for the Chiefs. Regular season, right? Yep. So win. 9-game streak. Everybody's talking about this. Bills, that's a loss. Panthers, that's still a tough one. Okay. And the Raiders. I don't know if they lose to the Raiders or the Panthers. Chargers probably do beat them this second time around. Browns, boy, they got a easy remaining schedule. Easy. Because I think the Browns are not terribly bad. The Browns could upset in this game. Let's give this one to the Browns. Texans are going to beat them. Pittsburgh is going to beat them. Denver will beat them at home. No question. So they're going to get at least 2 more wins after the Bills. So they'll be 9-1, and they'll be 10-1, 11-1. So then they'll end up losing the table. 10-1, 10-7. They're going to end up 10-7. Just as they started this season, they're going to end the season losing those games. I think you can see it coming. This is a toss-up. They may win this one to go 11-6. If they do that, they probably still win the AFC West. Maybe. That's going to be a tough one. But I also think the Broncos make the playoffs now. And everybody who said they were going to win 5 games at the beginning of the season, yeah. Wrong. They're going to win 10. They're going to win at least 10. I think they'll win 10. We can take a look at their remaining schedule. Can we? Can we go this route? Will you? Will you let me? Yes. Yeah, we got the Falcons, we got the Raiders, we got the Browns. Falcons is a win. Raiders is a win. Browns are a win. We got a bye. Colts are a win. Chargers are a win. Bengals, I think, are also a win, depending on what happens and how good the Bengals are at that time. But the Bengals, I mean, they're good. They're a little bit better than the Browns, but they're not that great. So that, I think, is a win as well. And then this Chiefs team coming into Denver Week 18. This could be for the division. And if it is, Denver wins it. Again, they'll step on the gas, and that'll be the end of it. I don't think they'll look back. And then they might meet in the playoffs. Who knows? They meet in the playoffs, and it happens to be in Denver because Denver won the division and have the rights to host. Then that game will also be a win. 2 games left to pick. Chargers, Bengals. Yeah, look at the Bengals. 4-6. That's going to be a win for Denver. It's also going to be a win for the Chargers this week coming up. And the last game, Texans, Cowboys. Cowboys suck. They're horrible. Texans are good. They're a playoff team. They might win the division. They will win the division. And that are the picks for this week. Those are the picks this week. I kind of want to look at before we finish, let's look at the NFL standings real quick. Oh, man. I closed the tab before I was done. What was I thinking? Teams, standings, here we go. I just wanted to look at if there was anybody else like the Bills in that they could probably win their division. Nope, there's nobody like that because even Kansas City, the Chargers is sitting at 6-3. So, I can't believe the Chargers didn't beat Kansas City earlier this season, really. Again, it seems like with Kansas City, they get really lucky. There's just a few key plays, and they all go the Chiefs' way. And this season, it's led to a 9-0. But each one of those has been close, very close. I don't think they've had a blowout this season. Yeah, no one else is close. Yeah, the Bills definitely are going to win their division. They're definitely going to be a playoff team. I know there's an old argument about, shouldn't we just take the best 6 teams or 7 or however many playoff teams we're going to take, because somebody wins their division, they could win their division literally at like 6-11 and be a playoff team, and have teams that are 11-6 sitting at home watching them play in the playoffs. but you won your division, so you earn the right to go to the playoffs. So there is an argument to be made there, but I don't agree with it. I mean, maybe an old school guy, maybe that's just the way it is. So that's how I see it. Yeah, that's it for the Week 11 picks against the spread. Thank you all for joining me, even with my weird gazing at nothing and just the old imagination going. I don't have an audience here. I don't have anybody to pay attention to. This is just a video I've made, so there's nobody to interact or ask me a question like, what are you thinking about? You stop mid-sentence, anything like that. I just phase out. But I don't really edit these videos or anything. I just put them up as they are. So um, that is what it is. If you guys donate to me, I should probably get something together that could allow that. I could get some of these edited, get maybe an editor, producer, whatever, and start making real videos edited and all that good stuff. Cut them together. Well, anyway, all that boring stuff that I don't need to be talking about. Anyway, one last time, thank you for watching Glowing Card Gaming with me, Adam. And as always, be good to each other, and I'll see you next time.